Hey guys, so welcome to Kentucky Bowman. Today's episode number 5 of the off season, and today we're just going to keep this episode brief due to weather conditions. It's supposed to rain a little bit, so we're going to try to get in and out before that happens. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to go out, check the trail cam, and see if the batteries need to be changed. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you to a location that I'm going to put a small food plot in. Just a small kill plot that's going to improve my chances during deer season and during the rut. Alright guys, so I'll see you back there and we'll get started. Alright guys, so we made it back here, and whenever we got back here, funny thing happened. There was actually a cow back here, and we spooked him off and he's gone now, but I'm assuming he got loose from one of the neighboring properties and made his way over here. I called a buddy of mine and he said there was like 5 or 6, and he lives right across the street, so I guess that they couldn't find this one because he was on my property, but we're just going to continue with today's episode. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to check the trail cam, see if the batteries need to be changed, and then we're going to pour some of this Boost 73 on the mineral site just to kind of improve it a little bit and help it out, because it's been probably 3 weeks. I think 3 weeks since the last time I've been out here. So we're just going to pour this on here, add a little bit of minerals and some attractant to the site, check the trail cam, and then we'll head back and I'll show you where we're going to put that kill plot. Alright guys, so the batteries don't need to be changed, which is a good thing. Still got full battery life. And that's the good thing about these trail cameras, guys. These batteries will last a long time. Unless you're shooting videos and stuff unless you're doing video recording and stuff like that, it'll drain the battery a little bit. But this is just a cheap camera that only takes pictures, and the battery life is amazing. It lasts forever. I mean, it's got like 8 AA's, so it should. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're just going to head up the hill, and I'm going to show you where we're going to put that kill plot. All right, guys. So we made it back here. Well, up here. But this right here in this location is where I'm gonna put the food plot. All right. So it's just gonna be like a 1/4 acre, 1/2 acre food plot, and I haven't made up my mind yet on how far I'm gonna bring it out over the hill. I don't know yet, but I'm probably gonna wait till the middle of May, maybe, or when the weather breaks, probably the beginning of May. The beginning of May or the middle of May to put it out. I don't want to put it out too early, and I don't want to put it out too late. For one, I don't want to put it out too early because I don't want to give the deer too much time to eat it all before deer season starts. But then I don't want to put it out too late because I don't want the plot to not have enough time to grow to its full potential. All right, so it's just a few things that you have to think about. But check out and do some research and check out the best times to put it out in your area, guys, because your area could be a lot different than mine. And I know that I've done some research, and the best said that the best time here is probably the middle of May. So I might put it out a little earlier than that, maybe a little later than that. I don't know yet. But right here is where it's going to go. So my tree stand is going to be put up right here, right in front of me to the north. Literally the tree there's a tree right in front that I put a tree stand up in. I have it down right now, but when it gets closer to the season, I'll put it up. But I also have some things that I have to tear down. I got that building that I have to tear down, that little makeshift blind I have to tear down. That one over there, I don't know if you can see it, but I got to tear that one down. I'm probably going to move that equipment to a different spot on the property. And this right here, this spot is just a big travel corridor. All right, the deer coming in from the south, taking this trail all the way down to the north, and then heading to the west. North, west, east, south. All right, so they're heading to the west. They're going down into the bottoms and feed in, bedding down and everything. But there's also deer that they also come back, and they go to the east, up the hill, and then go back down to the south. This is just a big travel corridor between properties. And that's mainly what this property is, guys. It's a bedding area and a big traveling area. They just travel through this area to get to other properties because there's not really a good food source here on this property. And that's one reason why I also want to put a food plot out, because on this property, it's good. It's got a water source. There's a pond over there. There's good cover. There's good spots for the deer to bed, and there's a little bit of food here, but not much. There's berries and acorns and stuff like that. But around the property, on the neighboring properties, they have corn and other stuff. So this spot is really good for the rut because the deer travel through here to get to the food, to get to the doe bedding areas and stuff like that. The bucks. If you have a big doe bedding area, that's where you should be hunting, guys, during the rut. Either that or buck beds, if you could find good, solid buck beds. But it's easier to hunt doe bedding areas because if you see a whole bunch of beds, then you know that it's probably a doe bedding area, because bucks are kind of solo creatures. They go off on their own, and they have little single beds. But does, they'll bed up together. So that's what this place is, just a big doe bedding area and a big travel corridor. So I'm going to put in a food source. It's got a water source. I'm going to put in a food source, a good 1/4 acre or 1/2 acre food plot. Some clover or brassicas or something like that. Something that'll last. Probably some clover, because I want something that's going to last all through the season. And even whenever it gets cold outside, I want them to be able to eat the plot whenever it's cold, and I don't want it to all die off. So the tree stands right there. I'll be overlooking this whole area, and I'll be able to see to the west and to the south and everything. Whenever I'm up in my tree, I'll be able to see whenever they're coming in, and I'll be able to get ready and get set up and get the bow out and provide a good clean shot. So this is where I'm gonna put the food plot, guys. Whenever the weather breaks, or in the middle of May or something like that, I'm gonna put the plot out, and I will be recording that as well. So if any of you have any questions, just wait till then and I'll answer all your questions. But if you have any tips and tricks to give me, go ahead, comment on the video, leave me some tips and tricks, because I can use all the help I can get, guys. This is actually my first plot that I'm gonna put out myself. I've helped other people put plots out on their properties, so I know what I'm doing. but I just haven't done it myself. So this will be the first time. So if you have any tips and tricks, go ahead, comment, shoot them my way, and I'll make sure to comment back, and we'll talk back and forth hopefully. But alright guys, well, that's the end of today's episode. I want to thank you for watching, and check back next Monday for the next episode of Kentucky Bowman, and I'll see you there.